fast, slow it.
You guys ready?
That's already starting with when I pat you in the back twice and all that. I don't want that. You're gonna make me nervous.
Okay,
No, get in the shot. No, it's Grandma's chili. You gotta be in the shot.
let her go ahead and start and then I'll walk into the
No, you can just stand behind her.
You know what?
Don't mess around.
I want Dad to talk about his mom's chili and then how his wife started making it.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Okay, so
Are you on?
let me start first.
Okay,
Now we're gonna start with making the chili. And it's
What
called,
chili?
It's called,
it's called, well, that's what it's called, Mama's chili.
yes.
My mother used to make it for us as a family. She's passed away, and before she passed away, she passed the recipe on to my wife.
Yes.
And so these are the ingredients that it takes, and she makes excellent chili. Mama was very proud that she's carried on the tradition.
What year did Grandma pass away, Dad?
96.
96. So for
almost 20 years.
20 years, Mom's been making the chili and
Yes.
kind of changing it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Onions, the garlic, the tomatoes, and the peppers, and the waje, and the comal, and then we have the oil, salt, and garlic powder, and if you want to use pepper, you can. I just don't like to use it in the chili, but that's fine if you want to. It all depends, and maybe you can add what you like. Who knows?
Other ingredients that you can add to this is sometimes my mother would put chunks of pork in there or beef. Sometimes it would be cheese. So there's about 5 or 6, 7 varieties. Sky's the limit, actually. You can add what you like to it to enhance it. Sometimes it'd be plainer, but you can do all kinds of things with the chili.
What kind of cheese?
Very good.
Usually Jack or Monterey Jack.
So she would melt the cheese in the chili,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that wouldn't.
No, it would just float in the juices, and once it was done, once the chili was done, then she'd put the Monterey, and then it would melt, and you would have that in there.
The comal's going to get hot pretty fast, but you still want it hot. You don't want it warm, so that you toast these. And I'm sure if you know how to cook, that you're going to know how to toast these in order to peel the skins off. So what you're going to do, you're going to do that. And what I like to do is I like to put one of these gloves on. In order to get them toasted evenly, what I'll do is I'll push down on them. But that's after you know they're cooking. What I do is I just push down. That gives it an even. Cook it evenly. You see, it's barely getting, so the comal is not hot enough yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to increase the fire a little bit to get it hotter. That way they cook a little bit faster, because you're only cooking the skin of the chili. You're not cooking anything else. So what you're going to do is you're going to smash it down. Once that thing gets hot, let's see. It's starting to cook a little bit. See how this is brown a little bit on the top? That's the whole idea, to use your glove, because that way it'll be even. And what you're doing is you're smashing it so it's even. And sometimes you'll hear them pop, which is okay. So the whole emphasis is turn them around. But I would actually wait until they get browner than this before I start turning them around, because you want them cooked pretty good. And this is what you do until they're cooked pretty good all the way around. Okay, this is Mark toasting the chilies.
¿Dónde está el jefe que no know how to cook the chilies?
He's doing fine. He's a good learner.
I just toasted these, and these are done. They're ready to sweat, or less.
So what we're going to do now is, now that the chilies are done, the fire's turned off, we're going to get a bowl. I like to use a glass bowl because it seems like it perspires more. But you can use a plastic bowl if you don't have one. And the rag was clean before I used it. But anyway, what I do is I put a cloth on the bottom of the bowl, and then I put all the chilies in there. You see all the chilies in there? And then I covered them. They were hot. Then I covered them and just let them sweat for a while. And if you're not going to do it till the next day, what you can do also is put them in the refrigerator like we did. We made them yesterday. Put them in the refrigerator and they'll be okay for today. So now what's going to happen is the boys are going to start peeling all these chilies.
Why do you make them sweat?
Because it's easier for the peeling to come off of them. That's why. It's a lot easier. If you don't let them sweat, then it's going to be, the peeling sticks to the chili and it's not as,
You lose part of it.
yeah, you lose part of it. So you want to try to keep the chili intact as much as possible, okay? I wanted to talk about the burning of the hands. Since these chilies are hot, I normally don't use gloves, but my husband says that using gloves is better because that way your hands won't burn afterwards. So when you peel them, when I used to
Why
do it,
would
I
your
used to-
hands burn?
Because of the chili, because you're dealing with the chili. So anytime you're working with chili like that,
The oils get on your fingers?
yeah, and then sometimes you might rub your eyes or something, or do something like that, and then you're gonna go, ah, my eyes! You know, so you don't want that. So what you can do is just use the gloves like this. You can put these thin gloves. You don't want to use the thick gloves. My love. Okay? I love him, folks. So anyway, now the boys are gonna start peeling the,
What does it look like to peel one?
okay. Okay, watch Dad peel the chili. See? There you go. So he's gonna need another bowl to put the chili.
What are you peeling?
I'm putting the skin off.
Okay. Because you just want to use the actual chili
itself,
underneath.
Yeah, not the skin. You don't want the skin in there. There will be sometimes a little bit of skin will stay with it, but by and large you want to get most of that off there. And then
You need a bowl for your chili, you need a bowl to put the peelings in, and then you use another bowl to put the chilies
And
in.
then
But you gotta take the stem off.
take the stem off and then use throw the stem away.
Yes,
And you do the same thing with the next one.
yes.
Just peel the
You
skin.
get over there and peel too, Mark, that way I can get you over there.
We're going to get this shot first.
Okay.
Okay, once you peel that, get most of that off.
Make sure you get all the
Squeeze.
peeling off, hon. I
Yeah.
think there was some left over there. Of the chili you had.
And then here's, see this is, see the skin, the way it separates? That's why it has to be nice and toasty so that the skin will come off.
Easier. It's like taking your clothes off.
Oops.
Edit. Oh gosh. Excuse me, that might be mine.
That's the sensors. I like to be over the sink because, see, as you see, sometimes the skin sticks to the glove and you can wash it off. So you know exactly when you have the skin off and it doesn't blend in with the inside of the chili.
Or the skin on the glove.
Right. So if you get too much skin on the glove, it's harder to peel.
Don't use
And,
gloves
and
with
once
them.
you do it,
powder.
you squeeze the top like this, like this.
Don't you use gloves with powder.
Okay.
So something my mom was talking about was don't use gloves that have the powder inside.
Right.
Because then it could get in
On the chili. Yes.
You can keep peeling.
Okay, and here they are, peeling the chilies. I'll tell you this much.
Los hombres.
Los hombres. I'm glad I'm not
Los
doing.
dos
Los dos hombres.
Thank you.
Father and son.
That's the name of the cooking team.
Los dos hombres.
Center rescue
Sounds
team.
like cowboys, doesn't it? So my husband is gonna help me because I'm not wearing any gloves. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna put some chilies in here. Go ahead, love. My darling, my sweetheart. Okay, you want enough in there, more than that. You want to put quite a bit in there, actually. You can put more than that. More. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. That's a little bit much. Okay, put some back. He's very patient, by the way. Put some more back. Okay, that's good. Okay, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna have him smash the chilies. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna start smashing them. There you go. You're gonna feel the fatness of the chili when you're doing that. So what you're gonna do is that fatness that you feel with the chili, you're gonna smash it. You're gonna smash it down. Now remember, you're gonna smash them, but you don't wanna over smash it because you'll end up with just thin little pieces of chili. You don't want that. But what he's doing right now is fine. And what you're doing is he's bringing them more to the middle, the center, so that you can continue smashing them that way. The good thing about it is to put them together more as you're smashing them, like he was doing with his hand, moving them closer to the middle. There you go. And then you continue smashing them. This might take a little bit. And then you do it until all the chilies are all smashed. And then we're going to continue with dicing some garlic also. Okay, now he's going to start smashing the next batch of chili. And he's got this one smashed, as you can see it. It's pretty nice. The last time we made chili, I think I had Mark smash them to the point where it was stringy. You don't want that. Okay, now we got Mark smashing the chilies. Let's see what a good job he's going to do. Smile. There you go. All right. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Okay, you gonna do the next one?
Still on?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go to our next step, which is we're going to dice some garlic. And this is the way we're going to dice it, because I don't like it diced real big. Like so. And we're going to dice it the other way. So you're going to dice it when it's pretty small, because you don't want really chunks of garlic. So this is a tomato. I'm going to cut it like this. Okay, like so. And that should be sufficient enough for the, this one's too big. That should be enough for that one. Okay, here we are. The next step is after they smash the chilies. Now, and they dice the onions, dice the tomatoes, and dice the garlic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the onions in the comal. Not the comal, the, what do you call it?
Wahe?
The wahe. For some reason I always forget the name of that thing. Okay.
You've only had that thing for 40 years.
I know. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to start mashing it. And you can hear it when it's mashing. You want to be able to kind of see through the onion when you're mashing it. So it's a process, but you have to smash them.
So you're saying you want the onion to be see-through?
Yeah.
That looks about right.
Okay, fine, put it in there. And when you cook it, you don't want it cooked on high, but you want to see through the onion. Then you'll know the onion's ready. And now he's going to smash the garlic.
the same consistency? You just want it see-through?
Just, yeah, just, there you go. Okay, smash this part here. Is that all the garlic we have left?
Well, yeah.
Okay, just put it in here. Okay. Now he's gonna start smashing the tomatoes. So that they're not fat tomatoes, but they're gonna be smashed. And what's good about it is you get to use that sauce also from the tomatoes, which makes it taste even better. There you go, hon. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't over smash them though. Once you know you're smashed them, don't go to the same tomato again. Okay. I'm gonna start heating up the pan for the onions and garlic.
That's about it.
One right there. What I'm gonna do is get a spatula. Go. And I'm gonna start.
And that's the onions and garlic together?
Yes, onions and garlic. You can do it separately or you can do it together, whatever you like. Okay, and you make sure you get all the onions in there. And as you can see, there's enough oil in there to cook them.
Just use your hand.
That's right, I don't want to get onions in my hand. That's good. Okay, then you kind of move them around like this. And you just let them, you can hear them kind of cooking. That's what you want. The fire's probably on medium. And then as they cook, they start getting glazed. And you can start seeing through them. So while that's going on, I'm going to start the fire for the chili. So, start heating up the oil. For the chili, I'm going to use, oh gosh,
2 cups probably?
no, probably about a cup. Because I want the chili to really cook good. So as soon as you get it warmed up, you can tell by putting your hand over it when it's hot enough. And the onions is doing good. See how you can start seeing through it? That means they're ready. Garlic. It's cooking good. It smells good. You're not burning the chili, remember that. You're just kind of caramelizing them more or less. And then this thing, how I can tell sometimes if it's hot enough is I'll put a piece of a chili in there. See, it's not hot enough yet. See, it's not making any noise. So I'll just let it get hotter. See the caramelization on this? Okay? You gotta be able to see through it. And it looks like it's done. The onions usually doesn't take that long to cook. Yeah. Well, you can hear the pan getting hotter with the chili. You hear it kind of. You hear that? Okay. Now we got it hot enough. So we're going to add the rest of the chili. So you can hear it now. You want to spread the chili around because you want it to cook really good. I probably could have used a little bit less oil.
Drain some of it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to drain a little bit of it. A little bit too much oil. I'm going to turn the temperature down. It's starting to crisp too much. Okay, I'm going to empty out a little bit of the oil.
Don't get me close. Put it in the bowl. Put it in the bowl.
Okay. A little bit more. So probably Let's see, probably you could use about a half cup. Or maybe a 3/4 cup. Now I'm going to turn my onions off. Those are cooked. Let's see, a little bit less oil. Okay. Your mom used to use a lot of oil, huh?
Yeah, I know it.
But that should be enough.
So how long do you cook the chili like this?
Well, I let it cook. The seeds start getting dark when they're cooking really good. So I just kind of leave it like that, cooking like this, and then I'll come and stir it a little bit until all the chili's cooked. So
Okay.
I'll put the fire a little bit higher.
So we'll come back when it's cooked,
Yes,
when
we'll
it's
come
done.
back when it's done.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do right now, since the chili looks like it's cooking pretty well, I'm going to put the onions and the garlic in here. Since this is already cooked.
You're trying not to get the oil in there?
Yeah, I'm trying not to put the oil in there because I had to take some oil out. Okay. There we go. Then I'm going to mix it with the chili. It smells good. Okay. I'm going to let the chili just, not stir it or anything, just let it kind of cook by itself a little bit longer. I'm going to put the fire a little bit higher. That way all the oil will get it really good, the hot oil. Okay. Now as you can see, the chili is more or less cooked pretty good.
How long have we been cooking it since we added the onion and garlic, Ma?
Oh, about
2 minutes? 3 minutes?
About 2 minutes, but we had already cooked it before that, so you want them to be cooked, but you don't want it fried or anything. But you want the chili to be nice and cooked.
You want it, and when you say cooked, you mean broken down, soft?
Yeah, the cheese will be the
Seeds.
seeds will change color, and you know then that they're pretty nice and cooked. Now I added the onions that I had stir fried more or less with oil, not stir fried, but with oil until you could see through them. Then I put the garlic in there also. And now I'm going to add the smashed tomatoes. Now that we know this is pretty good done, add the smashed tomatoes. And sometimes if you see that maybe you didn't get enough tomatoes, you can start dicing another tomato and then doing the same process, smashing them or whatever. But so far, this looks pretty good. Okay. So now I'm gonna let that tomatoes kind of cook a little bit. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add water before I add the seasonings. So I'm gonna use my measuring cup. And so far, this is 2 cups of water. And you just add it on there. And see how thick the chili is? You can use another 2 cups of water. And then don't pour it all at once. Just see the consistency, because you don't want the chili real thick. Because this way you can freeze some of it and save it for later. Yeah. You want it thinner than that. So that's another 2 cups of water.
So you want it kind of
So
soupy?
how much chili did we buy when we bought the chili? About a pound? I think we bought a pound and they were 99 cents a pound, right? So we bought about a pound of the yellow peppers.
The Fresno chilies?
The Fresno chilies, I'm sorry. Okay. Honey, come here. Depending how my honey likes them, thick. Should I add more water to it? You
Oh
feel
no,
it.
I
You
like
feel
it. I like it the way it is. Yeah. That's good.
To me, it seems a little bit thick still. See?
I like it like that too, a little thicker.
Well, I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there though.
And she's
It's
the
still
expert,
too
so
thick.
that's good.
So I'll probably put about a little bit more water because I can feel it too thick in the bottom. You can more or less feel it. Still feels thick.
That's good, Mom.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to start spicing it up, with salt. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it to what your taste is, because my taste is different than everybody else's. So what you do is you put the salt in there and then you stir it a little bit more. Then you stir it, because you got so much stuff in here that you're going to need plenty of it, but not so much where it's salty. Yeah. Oh, I should have let my husband do it. It's too hot. Wah. Okay, honey. Taste the salt on there. First, stir it. I'm dying. Oh, that's hot stuff.
Yeah, it's just about right. Might need a little bit more salt, but I think it's just about right.
Mm.
Okay, that's good.
It's according to your taste, of course. Some people like it saltier, some people don't like it as salty.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, now I'm going to use some garlic.
Mm.
Okay, stir it again, my love.
Oh.
Try to keep your face over it so you can. And of course, this is our chili. That's why we're allowed to taste and then put the spoon back in there.
Good.
Okay, Mark, I want you to taste it
Okay.
and see what you think. And see if it's got enough garlic and enough salt.
I like a lot of garlic.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good? It's good enough right there.
It's perfect.
Okay, and this is our homemade
So-
Mama's chili.
So how long is it done, Mom?
Yes, it's done.
It's done.
It's done.
No more cooking.
No more
nothing.
cooking, no nothing. It's
Here it
done.
is. Finished product.
Dad, you're happy with the finished product?
Oh, immensely. Well, you put that on eggs, you put that on anything, you put it on
Use it for
tamales,
everything.
you put it in beans, eggs in the morning, like I said.
Oh, it's
it
good
just-
with
it just-
eggs.
It's different than like a salsa, right?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
definitely.
definitely.
I love this much more than the salsa.
Yeah.
You don't use it for chips. I suppose you could, but
No,
it
you don't
just-
use
it
it,
doesn't
it's
go
too
with
hot.
chips. It's not
It's
a
too hot
regular
for chips.
salsa. This is Mexican chili
Yeah,
that's used with your
for
main
your
dish,
dinners,
your main dinners, your main foods and
to
stuff.
make
So,
everything hotter.
yeah, so you could do it with anything.
So what I do is I let everything cook together for just a few minutes, and then I turn it off, and it's done. And then we put it in plastic containers and start sticking it in the freezer. This way, when we need it, we can just defrost it and keep using it. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks,
welcome.
Dad, for teaching us how to cook
You're welcome.
Grandma's chili.
Okay.
I taught her well.
Give me a kiss.